Assalamu alaikum, I'm Saadat Nisar with the Electronic Commerce course, and if you recall, we were discussing the different methods using which we can apply style sheets to our HTML documents, and we had discussed in fact 3 different methods: the embedded method, the external, and then the inline method. Before we go into the 4th method, which is the style classes, I want to show you an example, a slide, to illustrate what is the functionality between the style embedded type and the inline type. Okay, in the slide you can see that there are 2 sentences I've written. First sentence is a heading in a red font, and it reads, this heading has font size 40 point. And then you have a smaller heading in blue ink which says this heading has 24 point font size. So in this particular example, in fact, I have used both the embedded method and the inline method, and we can see how they function. There is a code before you, starting with the HTML tag, then the head tag, then the style tag, and I have given the style definition using the embedded method. H1, font size 24 point, color blue, and then style tag closed, head closed. Then I start the body tag, and in the body tag I have used in fact 2 heading tags. In the first H1 tag I have used the style attribute. That means that I have used the inline styles, and I have kept the value font size 40 point, semicolon, color red, and then the text enclosed is this heading has font size 40 point, and then the heading tag closed. Let me point out here that if we want to use more than one properties in a style method, then in that eventuality we separate these properties with the help of a semicolon. There is no restriction. We can use more than one properties, provided that we separate these properties with the help of a semicolon. As you have seen in this example, in case of the style definition, font size 24 point and then the color blue, I had separated these 2 properties, font size and color, with the help of the semicolon. Similarly, in the inline style, I separated the font size 40 point and the color red with the help of the semicolon. Okay, the point I want to emphasize on is that where we use both the embedded method and the inline method, then in case of any conflict, the inline method would dominate, would prevail, would override, in other words, the embedded type. So you can clearly see that the embedded method had provided the properties font size 24, color blue, but when we come to the body tag, the first H1 tag has used the inline method, and there the font size is different. It is not 24, rather it is 40 point, and the color is not blue, but the color is red. Therefore, where I have used the inline method, the sentence would, the heading would in fact be according to that property which was introduced in that inline method. So therefore, you see the first heading, it is in red, and it is in 40 point font size. Subsequently, all other H1 tags which will be introduced in the body tag, they would attain the properties which are mentioned in the style definition in the embedded method. So all H1 tags besides that tag which is using the inline method, all such other H1 tags, they would carry the property which is specified in the embedded type method in the style definition. So you can see the second heading, it is therefore in 24 point and it is in color blue as was mentioned, specified in the style definition. Before we discuss our 4th method, the style classes, it would be useful if we have a look at the div tag and span tag. These are the two tags which are very commonly used in style sheets. Div tag provides a line break on the page at its start and at its end. And within the div tag, then you can usefully apply the inline styles. You can use the style as an attribute, and then you can introduce certain properties for the text enclosed. The example I can show to you, as you can see in the slide, there are in fact 3 sentences. First is a heading, and it reads, this heading uses a 30-point font. Then a heading tag provides a line break, a line space, and then there is a sentence. This sentence will have 30-point font. And then there is another heading, H2 heading, which says this heading 2. So what is the code behind this? Okay, we start with the HTML tag, then the body tag, and then I have used this div tag. And I use the inline method, style equal font size 30 point. Now this font size 30 point would apply to all tags before I close this div tag. You can see before the close of the body tag, I have in fact closed this div tag. So 30 point would apply to all headings, all sentences which are introduced before the closing of this div tag. After the starting div tag, there is the heading tag. This heading uses a 30 point, and this heading therefore would be in 30 point font size. Then there is a sentence. You can see this is not a heading, it's just a sentence, so it would not be in a heading format, and it would anyhow attain the property 30 point and would be shown in 30 point font size. This sentence will have 30 point font, and then the heading 2, H2, and the words are this heading 2, this heading 2, these words also would be shown with the 30 point font size. So that was basically the div tag for you. Remember, I repeat, a div tag at its start and at its end, it provides a line break wherever it appears. There is another tag, the span tag. In case of span tag, there is no line break either on its start or on its end. In fact, a span tag provides a continuity for you. So therefore, wherever you want to apply certain styles, certain formats to individual words even, you use the span tag, and it does not break your continuity, and at the same time it provides those styles to those words to that text. You can see the example of a span tag before you. You can see there is a web page consisting of just one heading. This heading has font size 40 point. You can see the word heading, it is in the font size 40 point. This is in a different style. This is because I have used a span tag. This is the code before you, HTML tag, then the body tag, and then the H1 tag, and I write the word this. After this word this, I use the span tag, and I use inline method. So therefore you can see the style attribute, style equal double quotation mark, font size colon 40 point, and then I have enclosed just one word. That word is heading. And then I close the span tag, and then the rest of the sentence which reads has font size 40 point. So therefore the word heading which is enclosed within the span tag, that would achieve the font size 40 point, and therefore that was shown to you in a bigger size. We close H1, we close body, we close HTML. You have already seen the result, and you saw that the word heading, because it was enclosed within the span tags, therefore the word heading, it was in the font size 40 point. Let's have a discussion on style classes now, and I'll show you an example how we can apply style classes. there is a slide before you. You can see there is a result of a code, and the page before you, it consists of two sentences. First, this text is in red, and then there is another sentence, this text is in green. I have in fact applied style classes to achieve this result, and you can see this information. The first heading, that is in the red font, the smaller heading, it is in green, and they are both centrally aligned. Let's see the code behind this. Looking at this code, you will be able to understand the syntax used for creating classes, style classes. We start with the style tag, and then within the style tag, before the close of the style tag, I have in fact created two style classes. The syntax says that I use a dot, and then I give an appropriate name to the style class. Here I have given it the name text1. Then a curly bracket would start where I would define different properties. Here you can see I have used three different properties for this particular class, text1. These properties are font size 20 point, then there is a semicolon. You have always separate properties with the help of semicolon. Then color, colon red, then another semicolon, text align center. This in fact specifies that the text should be 20 point font size in red color and should be centrally aligned. Then I come to the second class. Again, with the dot, I define the second class and I keep its name text2. Then curly bracket starts, font size 16 point. I keep the font size here different. Then I also vary the color, semicolon, color green. Then there is another semicolon, text align center. And then I close the comment sign. I have already explained why do we use this comment syntax. Then I close the style tag. Then I start the body tag. You can see in the body tag I have used two div tags. With the help of a keyword, an attribute called class, I apply these classes on my text. So in the first div tag, class equal text1. Using the class attribute, I keep its value text1. You can see now I do not use any dot. I just simply write the class name. And then I start a heading tag in which I write this text is in red. I close this heading, I close this div tag. Accordingly, the package, the class we had created under the name text1 in our style tag, all that package consisting of those three properties would automatically apply to this heading, this text is in red. And you just saw that result was accordingly displayed for us. Then for the second div tag, again I use class attribute. I set its value text2. That means that the package I had created under the name, class name text2, that would automatically be applicable to the text contained inside. The text basically is a heading, H2 type heading, which runs, this text is in green. Then heading closed, div closed, body and HTML closed, and you just saw the result earlier. There were two lines, two headings. The first line was in red and the font size was 20 point. It was centrally aligned because the class was text1. The second heading was of a smaller font. It was 16 point, color green, and it was also centrally aligned. Interestingly, you can also give these definitions of style classes in an external file. Remember, in external method, we used to create a CSS file where we used to put those style definitions, and then with the help of link tag, we used to apply those style definitions from that external file. Similarly, again, using the same concept, you can provide the definitions, you can define the style classes in an external file, keeping its extension CSS, and then with the help of the link tag, you can apply these classes to your web page. You have to use the class attribute in that particular tag to which you want to apply that class. The benefit of using this method, style classes, is that wherever you want to divide your web page into different sections, different divisions, different paragraphs, and you want that each such section or division should carry different set of properties. So therefore, in such a case, it would be more suitable that you use this particular method. What you do is create different style classes, create these different packages, in other words, give them particular names, and then apply these different packages or classes in all those different div tags, all those different divisions. So accordingly, each such division would have that particular effect, those properties which you apply with the help of style classes. If you use the style classes in combination with the external method, then as I mentioned, there is another advantage. You can easily do the editing job, just change certain properties in the CSS file where you have defined, where you have given your style classes, and then accordingly all those changes would be reflected on your web page. So editing job therefore is quite easy. Then there are certain keywords which the browser understands and which we can use, and these words, in fact, they specify the font size. Okay? You will see a slide before you. It is written, our store offers books on following subjects. Then there is a line break, and then you can see there are different subjects listed. Physics, it is in a very small font size. Math, it is relatively of a greater font size. Then computer science is relatively bigger. Then literature, it is greater than the computer science. Then e-commerce is in a greater font size than the previous one. Then history has a bigger size, and then Islam is the biggest font size. Then there is a line break, and there are the words. You can also buy DVDs and music CDs. So these words, DVDs and music CDs, they have a different font size as compared to the rest of the text in this sentence. Then there is a line break, and the word greeting cards is used in the next line, which is in a greater font size. The line reads, we offer greeting cards too. Greeting cards is of a greater font size. What is the code behind this? You see the HTML tag, then the head tag, and then the body tag, and then the sentence, our store offers books on following subjects, colon, then the break. And then there are a few span tags. In each span tag, I have used the style attribute, the inline method, and you can see the property font size is used in each span tag. In the first span tag, font size value is XX small, and I have enclosed the word physics, then the span tag closed. You know that span tag provides you a continuity. There would not be a line break or a line space. Then the next span tag, style, font size X small, and I have written the word math, span tag closed. Now these words XX small and X small, they are the keywords. The browser knows that with the help of these keywords, I want the font size to be reduced accordingly. Then the font size small in the next span tag, and the words are computer science, and because the font size is small, the words computer science would relatively be of a greater font size as compared to X small or XX small. In the next span, the style font size has the property value medium, and I have enclosed the word literature. Literature therefore would be of medium font size. Then in the next span tag, font size large, the word is e-commerce. The word e-commerce therefore would be of a large font size. In the next span tag, font size X large, and I have enclosed the word history. The history therefore, because of the keyword X large, would be of extra large font size. And then in the last span tag in this category, the span style font size XX large, the word is Islam, span closed. The word Islam therefore would be of extra XX large size. Then after the break tag, you see you can also buy span tag style font size smaller, and the word is DVDs. Therefore, DVDs word would be in a smaller font size as compared to the regular text. The regular text is you can also buy. Then another span tag style font size larger. Larger is a keyword for the browser, and the words enclosed are music CDs. Span closed, the word music CDs therefore would be of a relatively larger font size as compared to the rest of the text surrounding it. Then there is the break tag, and then lastly we offer, there is the span tag style font size 24 point, and the words enclosed are greeting card, span closed, the word to, and accordingly you see the words greeting cards, they are shown with the font size 24 point. So in this way, we can use certain keywords, small, large, medium, etc., to specify the font size. The browser knows these keywords. There is another useful property specified in the style sheets, and that is font family property. So using this font family property, we can in fact provide, we can specify different font types that we want to apply to our text. There is an example before you in which I have in fact used the style classes, and I have also used the inline style method with the help of div tag to create such a result for you. You can see there are in fact 5 different sentences, and they are separated by a horizontal line. First of all, this sentence is in Times New Roman. So the first font family is Times New Roman. Then the second one is, this one is in Arial font type. The third one is, this is in Courier New font type. For all these different sentences, in fact, I have in fact created 3 different style classes, and I have assigned this property font family with the help of these style classes to this text. Then there is NHR tag, which results into a dividing line, a horizontal line, and then there are 2 sentences, the Arial font family, and the second sentence, this line is in Tahoma font family. Here I have used in fact the inline styles, and you can see that the text is in red font, the font color is red, and you can also see that the background of this web page is yellow because I have used the BG color attribute and I have put the value of PG color as yellow. Let's have a look at the code behind this result. We start with the style tag because for style classes we always use the style tag, and we give the style definitions, the definitions of style classes, and we give the definitions of style classes in it. I have created the first class, point or dot, font type 1, font size 20 point, font family Times New Roman, and then the second class, dot, font type 2. I have kept the name of this second style class, font type 2, and I have given it the properties, font size 20 point and font family Arial. You can see I have changed the font family from Times New Roman to Arial. Then the third style class is font type 3 and font size 18 point, font family Courier New. Wherever there are font types which consist of more than one word, we always give their values in double quotation mark. So therefore you can see Times New Roman, it is in double quotation mark, and Courier New, it is also in double quotation mark. Then we close the style tag, close the head tag. We start with the body tag, BG color, yellow. Then there are 3 div tags wherein I use the class attribute, class font type 1, and I have written the sentence. This sentence is in Times New Roman, div closed. So accordingly, the package given by the font type 1 class would be applicable to this sentence, that is, this sentence is in Times New Roman. Then similarly, the second div tag, its class attribute has value font type 2, and the sentence, this one is in Arial font type. Therefore, you saw this sentence in the Arial font type. Then the third div tag, class font type 3, there I have written, this is in Courier New font type, and this sentence therefore appears in the font type Courier New. Then HR tag, which creates a horizontal line. Then there are in fact 3 div tags. You can see in the first div tag I have used the inline style, font size 34 point, color red, and this div tag, it is closed just before the body tag. You can see that. And then within this div tag, in fact, I have used 2 more div tags. One is div style font family Arial, and I have written the Arial font family, and the div tag closed. Therefore, the sentence, the Arial font family, would be in the font type Arial. It would be in color red and font size 34 point. And then the second div tag, style font family Tahoma, and I have written this line is in Tahoma font family. Accordingly, this sentence also would be in color red, in the font size 34 point, and in the font type. This is how we can define our font family type, and we can use this property for our web page. There is another property in style sheets which is font weight. So there are different prescribed values. They range from the number 100 to 900, and this property in fact determines the thickness of the text. The greater the value of font weight, the more thicker would be your text. Then there is another property which is font style, and you can keep its value italic. So therefore, all that content on which this property applies would be converted, would be shown as italic. Let's look at an example. You can see in the slide, in the background yellow, you can find books in this shop on subjects such as, now the words subject such as, they are in Courier New in a different font type. And then there are subjects listed: physics, maths, history, fiction, poetry, e-commerce, computer science, and then you can see sociology and music, which are in red font color. You can notice that the words e-commerce and computer science, they are thicker. Their font is much more thick. This is because I have applied the font weight 800, 700 or 800. This is because I have applied a greater font weight value for these two options. They are in continuity, they are just comma separated, there is no line break. This is because I have used the span tag which provides continuity. Let's have a look at the code. Okay, the HTML tag, then you have the head tag where there is a title, font weights, head tag close, then the body tag, and in the body tag BG color is yellow, therefore the background is shown as yellow. Then there is a div tag and I have kept the style value as font size 20 point. Therefore the property font size, it has got the value 20 point, and this is an inline style. This div tag closes before the body tag, just before the body tag, and in between I have used a few span tags. After the starting div tag, you can see the text. You can find books in this shop on, then there is a span tag, style, font, family, courier, new, comma, courier. That means that if the courier new option is not available, then the other option, courier, can be adopted. Remember, you provide the words courier new in single quotation mark because you use the double quotation mark as a part of the syntax for the inline style value, for the inline style method. So therefore, to distinguish between the property and its value, the courier new, these words, they are in single quotation mark. After the break tag, then there are span tags. In the first span, style equal font weight 100 and the words written are physics. It is not much thick, it is just the almost the normal value. Then font weight 200, the text is math. The word math would be slightly thicker than the word physics because the font weight is 200. Then the font weight in the next span tag is 300. The word contained is history, so on. And then the font weight in a span tag is 600 and the words enclosed are e-commerce. So the words e-commerce would be displayed quite thick according to the font weight value 600. Then in the next span tag, the words contained are computer science and they are shown according to the font weight value 700. You can notice in the next two span tags, I have used the font style italic and color red, and in the first such span tag, I have used the font weight 800 and I have written the word sociology. So the word sociology appears in red, the style is italic and the font weight for sociology is 800. Then subsequently font weight is 900, font style again italic, color red, and the words are music. So the word music would be in red, in italic style, and font weight would be 900 for it. Then we close the div tag, the body tag, HTML tag, and you have already seen the result against this code. We can also use a property text indent in style sheets in order to provide the indenting for the first line of a paragraph. So where I want my first line of a paragraph to be indented up to 0.5 inches for that matter, then I can use this property text indent in the inline style for that matter, and accordingly the result would be displayed for me. There is a slide you can see as an example. There are two statements. Faith, unity and discipline are the qualities through which we can progress as a nation. The focus of our young generation must be on receiving modern education. You can see the first line of this paragraph, it is indented and it is indented up to 0.5 inches. The word faith is indented, in other words, up to 0.5 inches. Then in the subsequent paragraph, I have a different text. Religion can play a very important role in the life of an individual. Islam teaches a complete way of life. It ensures success in this world and hereafter. the need is to understand the real message of Islam. Again, because for this paragraph tag as well, I had kept the text indent value 0.5 inch. Therefore, the first line of this paragraph is indented up to that point. The word religion, therefore, is indented up to 0.5 inches. You can have a look at the result behind this code. As you can see in the slide, I start with the style tag and I give the style definition. The only style definition I have given, paragraph tag, then the curly bracket. I use the property, style sheet property, text indent, and I give its value 0.5 inches. Then I close the curly bracket, close the style tag. This is the embedded type. Then I start with the body tag, and I have used two paragraph tags. In the first paragraph tag, the sentence, the paragraph, again, faith, unity, and discipline are the qualities through which we can progress as a nation. The focus of our young generation must be on receiving modern education. Because of the text indent 0.5 inches, this paragraph would be indented accordingly. Then the next paragraph tag, having a different statement, religion can play a very important role in the life of an individual. Islam teaches a complete way of life. It ensures success in this world and hereafter. The need is to understand the real message of Islam. Paragraph closed, body closed, HTML closed. Again, in relation to this paragraph tag also, because of the text indent 0.5 inches, the first line of this para would be indented by 0.5 inches. Text align is another property used in style sheets, and we can keep different values for this property, like we can keep the value left, right, center, and we can keep the value justify also. I will show you an example in this regard. You can see in the slide before you, there are in fact 4 cells. There is a table consisting of 4 cells, 4 columns, and in each column there is some text written. In the first column, the text is left aligned. In the second column, the text is centrally aligned. In the third column, the text is right aligned, and in the fourth column or the fourth cell, the text is justified. I'll show you this result again. First, let's have a look at the code. It's a table, you can see. So we start with the table tag. After the body tag, BG color yellow, because I want this table to have a yellow background. I want to display the boundaries, so border is 1. Then I use the TR tag. This is the only TR tag which will be used in this case, and it is closed at the bottom. In between this pair of TR tags, I use in fact 4 TD tags. As you can see, in the first TD tag, width attribute is used and its value is 25%. And then I use the inline style, text align left. And I write the sentence, hypertext markup language was initially developed in America for military purposes. Now it is a popular tool for creating web pages. It is a language of tags. It has a fixed vocabulary. It is not case sensitive. And then I close the TD tag. So because of the inline style property text align left, all this information would be aligned along the left edge of the first cell or column. Then in the second TD, again width 25%, style, now text align center, and I again repeat the same sentence. I close the second TD. Because of the text align center, this text is now centrally aligned, which means that the words, they are at an equal distance from the left edge and from the right edge of the cell. Then I create the third TD, again width 25%. Now I vary the text align value style, inline style, text align right, and I close the third TD. Now because of the text align right, all this information would be aligned a right way. All this information would be aligned right-wise. All this information would be aligned right words. Then the last TD, the fourth TD, width 25%. Here style, text align, justify, and I repeat the same text. I close this TD, close the TR, table, body, HTML tag, all tags are closed, and therefore the fourth cell, it contains this information in a justified format. You can see this result before you once again. The 4 cells which were created with the help of TD, width 25%, and then the text information is displayed in these different cells according to the style we had provided, the text align style we had provided for each such cell. Then there is another style sheet property which is text decoration. So using this property, I can strike out certain information, I can underline certain information, etc. In the slide you can see there are 4 lines. In the first line, the words are introduction to e-commerce, and then in the second line, the same words, but these words in the second line, they are struck out. They are cut out by a line. This is because of the text decoration style. Then subsequent line, introduction to e-commerce, there is a line above these words, and then in the fourth line, the words introduction to e-commerce, they are underlined. How do we achieve this result? Let's have a look at the code. As you can see, in the body tag, there is a heading tag H2 style, text decoration none, and I write the words introduction to e-commerce, and I close the H2 tag. So therefore, there would be no effect on these words because text decoration's value is none. In the second H2 tag, style text decoration line through. So text decoration's value, when we keep line through, the words, they get struck out accordingly. So introduction to e-commerce would be cut by a horizontal line that would be cutting through it. Then in the third H2 tag, style text decoration overline, introduction to e-commerce, therefore there would be a line above these words because text decoration is overline. In the next H2 tag, style text decoration underline, and the words introduction to e-commerce, accordingly they would be underlined. So that was the code in relation to this text decoration property. We can also use another property, that is text transform property, using which we can convert our information into uppercase or lowercase, etc., as the case may be. You can see there is an example before you. There are 4 lines consisting of the same text. The first line, we love Pakistan. And here you can see in this sentence, the word W contains the letter W as capital. In love, L is capital. In Pakistan, P is capital. This is because I have used the property text transform and I have set its value as capitalize. Then in the second line, we love Pakistan, there is the value of the text transform property called lowercase, which was used here, and it resulted in the transformation of all this sentence into lowercase. So we love Pakistan, each letter is in lowercase. Then in the third line, we love Pakistan, there is no effect because text transform value is none. In the fourth line, we love Pakistan, I had kept the text transform value as uppercase, which resulted in the conversion of each and every letter in this sentence into uppercase. So accordingly, you see W, E, L, O, V, E, etc. Every letter is in uppercase. Let's have a look at the simple code behind this result. Okay, I start with the body tag, then there is the H2 tag, style, text transform, capitalize the sentence, we love Pakistan. So you already saw that W, L and P would be capital. Then text transform, lowercase, the sentence we love Pakistan would be converted into lowercase. Text transform none, therefore be no effect to the words contained. And then text transform uppercase, and the sentence we love Pakistan, each and every letter in this sentence would be then in uppercase. I want to talk about the syntax, how using style sheets we can provide different background colors to our web pages. We can provide certain images as background for our web pages, or we can provide different font colors for our text. It is quite simple. In style sheets, the syntax can easily be understood. You can have a look at the example before you. You can see there is a yellow background in which I have printed some text in the font color blue, and the line reads, this is an example of some blue text in yellow background using style sheets. Then in the second example, the background color you can see is green, on which the sentence is written in the white font. So the sentence, this example uses a different background color and a different font color using style sheets. Style sheets provide more flexibility and a greater editing control over the content. All this information is therefore appearing before you in white. Then in the subsequent line, you can see I have typed a sentence in which 3 words I have deliberately highlighted with the red background. So you can see the sentence reads, we can also use different background style to highlight individual words as in the present case. So because of a property used in style sheets, I was able to highlight these 3 words red background. After that, you would see that there is an image appearing in the background, and in that background image there is some white text printed. So we are studying e-commerce. E-commerce is an emerging concept that describes the process of buying and selling or exchanging of products, services and information via computer networks, including the internet. This information in white font is printed in the background of an image. I have in fact used some div tags. I have also used a span tag here to create such a result. I have basically used the property background color defined in style sheets, cascading style sheets, in order to provide a different background color. And I have also used, in case of the image, I have also used the property background image and then colon, and then with the letters URL in the small parentheses, I give the name of that image which I want to appear in the background. So you can see the code resulting into that page. The slide shows after the body tag, there is a div tag, and then the inline style, I have used the property background color. I have kept its value yellow. Then I have a semicolon because I want to use another property which is color, and I have given it the value blue. Accordingly, in the yellow background, some information would be printed with blue font, and that information is contained within the div tag. Then in the second div tag, I have used the background color property value as green and the color property as white, and the text which is enclosed in between accordingly appears in white font in the green background. Then in order to highlight certain words, you can see in the paragraph tag I have written we can also use different background style. After 2 I use the span tag. I use inline style equal background color red, and then I contain 3 words, highlight individual words within the span tag, and then the sentence continues as in the present case. Because these three words, highlight individual words, they are contained within the span tag, and I have applied the property background color red. Therefore, these 3 words would be in the red background. And because of the span tag, my continuity would not be broken. Lastly, in the div tag, I've used again the style, inline style, background, image, colon, URL, and I have given the value of the image in the small brackets. That would in fact result into the appearance of a background image for me. Then font size 16 point, color white, and I have printed some text. So all this text therefore would appear in the background of an image with the font color white and the font size 16 point accordingly. I think this is enough for our today's lecture, and inshallah in our subsequent lecture we'll continue with some more styles, and we shall see how we can use cascading style sheet to provide different formats, to provide different styles for us. Until then, Allah Hafiz.